I've had a few people ask me about, a heroic Raszageth POV, and since I did just get rank 1, for me this was 5 minutes ago, for you it will have been yesterday. Figured this is a good time to talk about my build and go through a commentary of the fight. So this is what I'm running. Pretty standard general tree, though actually in the video I'm not going to be running Spell Steal. Bit of a mistake, as you'll see, but you should definitely run Spell Steal on Raszageth to Spell Steal the Sparks. But on the spec side of the tree, this is going to look a little weird to most of you. Technically, this is the best single turret build for Frost right here, right? So as close to this as I can get is going to be pretty strong single target for me. Of course, Raszageth also has a lot of cleave, but the difference with Raszageth's cleave as compared to a fight like Aranog or Sinarth is that it's a lot faster. The ads die quickly, and it's a much smaller percentage of the overall fight as compared to Aranog or Sinarth, right, where there's a lot more constant cleave. So I have attempted to run the pure single target build. I don't think it's worth, not the pure single target build, but in this case, given there's ads, you would run Freezing Winds if you weren't putting the point Ice Collar. I have tried this, and the main reason that I dropped Freezing Winds for Ice Collar is because it let me get a Frozen Orb on each of the ads in Intermission 1, so that's 3 Frozen Orbs as opposed to the 1 I would get, or 2. And then it also lets me get 3 Frozen Orbs in the second Intermission as well, where normally you would only get 1 or potentially 2. So I just felt like it was worth, as opposed to taking Freezing Winds for the same reason, for that cleave damage. I didn't feel like the ads lived long enough, and I was mainly doing more mass target AoE, because that's like 6 targets, so throwing in Ice Nova and whatnot. And I didn't feel like dropping in Deep Shatter or Everlasting Frost was worth it for Freezing Winds. Pretty likely it is. This isn't a build that's kind of set in stone. Someone can come along and just play better than me, do better than me, have a better build than me next week. But this is what I ran with. This is what I thought worked. So I do think it is definitely debatable whether or not you would run Freezing Winds or not, but you can kind of decide that for yourself. If you were to run it, I would drop Deep Shatter for it, or potentially drop Ice Collar and see how your Freezing Winds lines up. So let's watch this. This is going to be like 14 minutes, I suppose. Standard opener, Frostbolt, Flurry, Icy Veins. I Frozen Orb close enough to the boss that my next global was Fingers of Frost. And yeah, there's not too much to commentate here on. I'll commentate a little bit on my movement. So, Lightning Breath, Blink. Now we have Shifting Power while Winter's Chill's on the target, just because that's a pretty minor DPS increase. I'm going to walk over to this, Hurricane thing, so I can not get knocked back. I thought I was in it right here, because it kind of looks like I'm in it. Apparently I wasn't. I almost got blown off the edge, but that's all right. Blink back out, use my rune. She phases at around 64%. So, you want to be on the lookout for that. We're not very close, so I know I can probably get another Icy Veins in. I sent the Brain Freeze without a precast because I wanted to get my Icy Veins off ASAP. And I don't want to overwrite a Brain Freeze. That'd be pretty bad. But assuming that is not any significant gain, or even really a gain for what I've tested. So just kind of a realistic thing. You can see, given how I was so stacked there with the Sparks, everyone was just able to AoE clear it with like an in-cap roar or something. Which is why I didn't notice I didn't have Spell Steal until later in the fight. You can see there are 4 dead people on the left. Raiders don't suck. Those are just, we're carrying people here. So yeah, led to some less than stellar raid fights. You can see I have Shifting Power up. I'm not using it. I have Frozen Orb up. I'm not using it. She's about to phase. And this is perfect timing for me, right? My Ice Vein's about to come up. I'm building up a little bit of Icicles from her while she's immune. My Frozen Orb's up. My Shifting Power's up. I'm ready. The problem is I was actually supposed to be on the right side here, and I'm normally assigned to the left, but we have a little bit of a different roster on Heroic this week because people are out, so that was a bit of a mistake. Not best, really. I have Ice Color, so just gonna Blizzard on all the ads. Get shifting power as well since it's AoE. Hold this orb for the next ad. Ice Nova, burst them down. Once I get to this ad, just want to make sure I have orb out by the time the ads are out. I was a bit bad at that. You can see I lost like 12% of their HP by the time I got my orb out, so blink that just in case. You can see I was going to get hit by it. Running the invis movement speed thing, so that's why I started running super fast there. And then I get another frozen orb, my third frozen orb with this intermission. Ice Snowbane for some AoE damage. Then I'm not going to use this. You can see I'm at 86k. That's okay. Here's where the problem comes in is the right people didn't actually kill their ads fast enough because technically I was supposed to be over there. And if I was over there, we probably would have killed it about evenly. But yeah. But you can see that kind of tanked my DPS from the intermission. Here, I'm going to be saving this orb for the shield. And I'll have my other rune for it. What I like to do is I like to stand approximately a shimmer's distance away from both of them. So you'll see here, I can just shimmer right on top of the thing, rune, and then orb, and bursting. Now, something I haven't mentioned is we lusted on pole. I'm not saying a frostbolt precast because I want to just get as many flurries off during the shield as possible. We lusted on pole, which is semi-uncommon now on Heroic just because of how fast people killed it. We did it because we're boosting 4 people. And it is a very, very big deal for Frost to get lust on pole. You'll get around 4 total uses throughout the fight. And the most important one is going to be this next one because I will have it with pot on the shield. So Gridrin is that, so I don't die. And this is where, I kick it, and then I'm trying to spell steal it here, and then it just goes off because I don't have spell steal talented, so. I think I may have overwrit a Winter's Chill there, but can you blame me? I was a little distracted. So here's the that thing, gonna walk over, lust, shifting power to get rune off, cooldown, pot, and now we're bursting. I did waste a little bit of the shield duration there, so honestly, that was kind of bad sequencing, but it will maybe let me get orb off here. Yeah, no orb during the thing, so full channeling, that was probably a waste. And here, they're just gonna get it with the AoE, so. Now I'm running back to these shields just to be closer before I rune. I don't think there's any benefit to saving my rune for the shield. Would just resulted in probably less casts, and I'll have my orb up, so. Here, again, shifting powering during Winter's Chill, just give it that increased crit rate, why not? I'm not using Flurry until the shield happens, because, I want to save it. Did proc much that, in reality I should have used it earlier. Here I decided not to rune, because my Icy Veins was within time that, I won't rune. There, I double flurried on purpose, actually, because I wanted to make sure I got my Icy Veins off with rune during the shield. Maybe not the play, maybe the play. I did consume one of the Winter's Chill first. Here I'm just pulling some procs before the ad spawn, and I'll rune. And here's also going to be where I get a lot of Ice Collar value. But the Ice Collar value is mostly pad, it's not boss damage, so if you want to do boss damage, you can. I'll show you the logs actually after this. And let's just say you don't need boss damage with this build. So I get my orb out here, shifting, ice collar, gonna give me another orb. So I get a single target orb on this guy. So I did pretty good funnel there. At this point, I'm not going to use another Icy Veins, so I'm saving this Icy Veins for P3. Get an Ice Nova as filler, but they died. I do think that the that Ice Collar wasn't as high value during the second intermission as I thought it was. So I'm at 94k coming out of P2, pretty good. I did a lot of shield damage, so here just gonna wait a second. So I frostbolted just because she was still, immune before I Icy Veins. Now the important thing to note right here is, all right, we have 2 minutes left on Lust. We're gonna get another Lust in this encounter. She's still at 38%. The important thing to notice is I have shifting power up and my Lust has less than a minute. So what I'm going to do, also, yeah, I can't really see anything under me. Can you blame me? What I am going to do here is I'm going to shifting power and I'm going to Lust again before our debuff comes out. This is something you can always do if you're running shifting power. It's normally not done because you want to align your Lust with the group and M+ at least, and raid. Most of the time you're not in a fight long enough that you can take advantage of this. But it lets me get this Lust up, in 10 seconds when everyone else has to wait another 40 seconds. So. Yep, there's my Lust. Blink the Stormwing. Got some decent Fingers Frost procs from Orb. Got Alter, because I thought the pollen was happening now, since he was breathing, but I guess not. I think it's the one in, 2 seconds. That's fine. I'm playing Mage. I'm broken. I have like 3 blinks, so yeah, we're gonna get pulled here. I just blink. Shifting power. Rune. Gotta get another pot. Again, this is so close because we have 4 people dead this entire fight, so. I'm green a little bit, staying my rune. I decided to hop out of it. Don't want to spread the charges anymore. At this point, start ignoring Frostbolt precasts, probably. That's what I should have done. Yeah, there you go. There you have it. 91k. Wait, do I have my reaction? All you need is Lutz on pull. I fucking told you, and that was so bad of an intermission. Oh my god. And I didn't get the mount. I'm sad. Alright. And I should show boss damage here in a second. But I could just pull up logs, I suppose. Look at this. This is the boss damage, by the way. Look at that. Did 8 million more than the next person. So almost 8 million damage above the next person. A boss damage. Tell me Frost is bad on Raszageth again, alright? Tell me. I don't believe you. Holy shit. Yeah, but Frost actually is bad on Raszageth. Past Manather. Real bad. So, and I looked at the Warcraft logs and I'm not even on the first page of all mages. So Arcane too good. I don't know if you hear Oreo when the intermission happened, but so yeah, there you have it. Does a fuck ton of boss damage. Does good overall. Really just need lost on pole. It's not a common practice in Heroic Raszageth. So yeah, hopefully you learned something from this, and feel free to leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching.